they should still be fine.
Yeah, there still should be Astralis. We're hoping to see Config come out the gate swinging right away. We're expecting to see blameF get down to the secret and get down to business and cause a few problems with the rotations. They're starting on the T side here. Complexity starting on the CT side. Oh, it's definitely favoring Astralis coming to this one very heavily, and for good reason. Fight towards outside. Astralis, heavy commitment towards this side of the map. It is Fine who is there early. Config with one at least for Astralis, but two have gone the way of Complexity, putting it into a 4 versus 3. A lot of time still left. The Zip has actually slipped his way out towards the top side. He could cause a few problems here for Complexity.
Oh, nice shot from Grim on towards glaive, and now Complexity can feel much more comfortable. Zipex is still sitting in position. He is going to make his move, but now he's been spotted. And now they might try and enclose on his position. Grim is still fighting. He goes down, but at long range, JT favored with the USP, and it's up to blameF.
Yeah, blameF into a tough spot.
He got straight out of there.
Yeah, he did. And blameF is quickly putting the bomb down. Now, he will be setting his sights on the clutch, but getting the bomb plant makes a big difference for Astralis in terms of the force buy in the next round, but blameF will want to close this one out with the round win. He feels capable of doing so. He goes towards Decon to play this one. Bomb planted for him. Immediately takes the shot onto JT. Sees Floppy. Sees the smoke deployed under the bomb, and that will create a bit more pressure for blameF. Junior has the kit sticking it inside of the smoke. Should be good enough to get the round win, and it will be. And Floppy ensures it with a kill on blameF as well. So pistol picked up here for Complexity. Bit of money for Astralis off the plant. We'll see if they decide to invest into the next round.
One of the nice things for Complexity is that they do get this CT start. And you can sometimes see these Nuke games get scary for the team that picked Nuke, because you do get quite a few double-digit CT halves on Nuke now, with how good the CT side can be. With the pistol round win, Complexity will be looking for those sorts of numbers here. Astralis going back with the force buy though. Yard smoke's already in possession, and we were asking for some aggressive yard play from Complexity. They've gone for that early, but Grim just got caught on the side of the smokes. That's going to allow Config down secret, and now ramp is wide open. Astralis could split this B site here.
Oh, Floppy's position is strong, but he's fought from so many different sides. He had to fight both sides of the ramp and then got pushed on the double doors. So Floppy just overrun and overwhelmed. Will eventually fall, and Astralis are into the B site. Bomb going down. Save call having to come through here for Complexity. There's no way they're getting back into it, and it's heartbreaking to watch at Complexity. Could have had a 2-0 start, but Astralis immediately right back to it after losing the pistol. And they keep everybody up too. Not a single kill for Complexity here. But at least if you save 3 players, you're still going to go buy-in in the next round. So at least they will be able to try and force the issue of another round coming up. But for Astralis, it's a pretty good start.
This may be a little concerning for Complexity that they couldn't go for that play towards yard successfully. They tried to fight it, they lose the first player. And you see just how deadly those lower side plays can be. Astralis very quickly able to maneuver their way onto that bomb site. As you said, Complexity at least able to stick with some rifles. See if they can stop it this time. Astralis seem to be going straight back to yard.
Well, the smoke's going out for Astralis. First smoke deployed to allow the safe cross towards the red box, but Grim has come down to try and fight towards Secret. Fine will help him out with a rifle from the garage. If you recall the Astralis matchup we've seen versus Complexity the last time on Nuke was in the online competition. Rubet just before this, we got to see Junior actually adapt to some of the Secret plays. He's going to be playing Ender with the rifle right now. And he's done well to get himself that first kill. A minute 5 seconds. Floppy sees the ramp presence, decides to drop back in config from credit card, finds himself in a pesky position and deals damage from it, but Complexity, it's all about the ramp hold, and they've done very well. They've taken down the entire approach from Astralis, leaving just config coming in from hell, and JT's gonna turn to find him to bring him down. A round collected for Complexity, 2-1.
Back and forth start here. Look like Astralis, we're gonna get the early edge after winning the second round. Now it's Complexity who find their way back in. Junior just spotting that player trying to sneak through the smoke. Was able to go aggressive towards Squeaky. JT just able to sit in his position, wait for players to peek him. See if Astralis go back to those yard smokes. They were effective in the earlier round. Throwing a couple of smokes towards yard, putting up that wall of smokes. Grim will be playing down Secret early, but Astralis not following the smokes outside. They're going for the A play, an early 1-for-1 trade, and Config gets that all-important kill. Trading Glaive early, but Junior's going to keep the numbers even.
Yeah, good pick from Junior on towards Config. It's important to keep it even for the time being, but the plant will come in. Astralis now have that down. And AK and an M4, but they back up into Grim, who waits outside of Squeaky. Now he starts to think about all the other positions Astralis could be playing from, and he did consider Farley for a moment, but Grim gets caught with an aid in hand, and that's an easy kill for Farley. blameF plays from Hut, peeks up towards Heaven, and catches out Floppy, thrusting Junior into the clutch, and doesn't feel strong enough right now to go for that, so he is going to call it off, saving his AWP instead of throwing it away to the wind. And he'll carry that on over, realizing the economic implications of losing that round and losing that AWP might just come back to bite him. So Astralis once more find a round win, and it really is back and forth at the beginning of this game. And you know, as much as there's forced by war, there's back and forth, it's exciting to watch. It will eventually favor the T-side economy. CT side will start to crumble shortly if this continues.
Yeah, this is more of that setup I want to see from Astralis more frequently. Glaive going in first definitely makes a big difference when he gets the entry, but then we also see the trade kill come through from Config, who is able to just get his crosshair on the right position because he knew exactly where that player was positioned after Glaive was traded. So just focusing fully on his aim was nice, and now we'll see what Junior can do with this all. Yeah,
we'll see what he can do. He realizes, you know, he is the essential piece here to work. He needs to make this AWP sing. And they've pushed forward in towards Ramper, and they've got a lot of control in towards the vending machines. It is one for Junior. Second kill is good for Junior as well. His teammate Fine delivers one quickly out from the CZ. Config and Farley, though, again, it kills for Astralis, just keeping them ahead. And it puts Junior into the 1 versus 2. This is winnable. This is a winnable one for Junior, especially with how damaged Config is. The nade will go down, and half HP of Farley is gone, but Junior is about to get caught. Config is tracking him on the quick wrap from Heaven. He's coming around the backside. There's no way Junior is ready for this. Config has the round, and it's Astralis taking the lead, 3-2. And that is frustrating for Junior. A couple of nice shots put down in towards lobby, but quick reactions from Config to read the Heaven play and get around the back before Junior even considers.
Astralis still going strong after a topsy-turvy start to this first half. They should now be able to get some control on their T side. And I was saying earlier, with the pistol round win, maybe Complexity would be aiming for double digits. Couple of shots onto Fang. He was just spotting for info.
Oh, blameF, a solid, an easy kill here with the Mac-10. He's going to look to make some money with that Mac. He's pulled up a Glock, actually. blameF will go down through the pistols. The rest of his team cleaning it up, and Astralis will take a 4th round on the board. And finally, we're going to see Complexity get that money back. They're going to be able to buy again into the AWP for Junior. The rifles around it, utility's going to come on out. And for Astralis, they're going to maintain the AKs. blameF would have liked to have picked up a bit more, I'm sure, here. But nonetheless, clean from Astralis. We'll see what the call is out the gate here for the Astralis side. They continue to try and push the issue towards outside. Maybe ramp this time around as Zip is charging that way very quick indeed.
Don't often see that instant ramp aggression in a round, and it looks like ZipX has been slowed. Elsewhere, we've got Junior waiting at yard. No one there on the Astralis side this time, though.
Yeah, looks like they got presence everywhere here for Astralis, right? You got a little poke towards outside. Majority, though, starting to gather back towards ramp. It looks like Floppy's about to be tested.
Oh, this is a pretty passive angle. He's jiggle peeking, but I feel like he's got to fall back fairly quick if he gets the info. At least here's the steps. That is some map control taken by Astralis. There's a couple of players already down on this lower side of the map, though. Looks like Junior has been called away from yard, back towards Hell to make sure that Astralis can't get into the enemy lines, can't get into the backside. 45 seconds, Astralis still yet to make up their minds on their end goal here, but looks like the bomb will slowly be brought back to A. JT's got this incendiary that could slow it down.
30 seconds. The pop for Astralis begins to come through. Floppy's got the first. Farley is down. Grim flies up the vent. JT gets the lineup of two. Config and Glib both go down. It's blameF trying his best, but not impactful in the end. A good round there for Complexity. Very patient round as well.
Nicely done. Just able to get the early info. Able to put that incendiary down to slow the push. That means that Grim can rotate, just getting a kill on the ladder. Most importantly means that JT can take initiative back. There was even a player on top of Hut who would have been able to trade if needed. JT did all the work himself. Looking like we might have a close matchup right now here on Nuke.
This is different from Junior, trying to get up on top of the garage. Fortunately, Utility will cancel his attempt. He will have to drop back into a more standard approach.
Still going to see if someone peeks him from Silo.
Oh, timing on that. He was watching, but peek came through. And for Junior, he luckily got behind cover. Floppy again. Well, they test him on ramp.
Was a more committed position this time. And hearing that incendiary maybe makes you think that ramp is more of an option. It wasn't too effective for Astralis in the previous round. Still a little surprised they're not going for these yard smokes more often, but looks like they are focusing on lobby and potentially another one of those A plays.
Uh, 45 seconds. Smoke goes out towards the door. Utility being held here for Complexity is really running the time down here for Astralis. There isn't going to be a lot of it left when they eventually decide to go somewhere. Maybe it is ramp as the only option. Floppy, can he hold it? He's got Junior here, and what a shot from Config, but Floppy, they have to realize he should be still around here somewhere, and blameF will not leave that stone unturned. The kill's starting to come through for Astralis. 4 versus 2, down into the B site they will run. Grim is trying to get here in time to cause some problems, but he won't be there to deny the plant. With that bomb plant going down, Astralis pretty much confirmed the round win. The only way Complexity picked that one up is if they could have stopped the bomb from going down and letting Astralis lose to time. That's not a possibility, so Astralis will add 5 to the tally, and Complexity will save their 2 rifles. Maybe even an AWP can be salvaged, but Config is on top of it. Spots out Grim. Another kill for Astralis, and it's now just Fine, who might not get away with his life either. He's surrounded by Astralis players, and eventually Config will spot him, and just 1 bullet is enough. Fine goes down. Config really has come out the gate, just full sprinting ahead. 11 kills, 4 deaths. Config does continue his form from the latter parts of that overpass map.
Yeah, it's great to see. Even taking a lot of these aggressive fights, taking the first fights for his team. Just looking very crisp with his aim, which is exactly what we were hoping to see come through from Config in this sort of matchup. He should be able to flex that individual ability. Complexity. Pistols in this one. Smoke plopped down so that Glaive can get through Hut safely and so that players can get out squeaky. He's going to get out towards the site. Farlig hasn't realized Grim snuck up close. Grim still peeks into the crosshair of the AK. Astralis with a pretty easy A take against the low bite.
Yeah, I mean, this is a round for Astralis. You really should see no other way in. Let's take a look at the other side of things. Again, here in Cologne, we have got multiple streams running simultaneously. You got the A stream, the B stream, and of course the C stream. Commentators throughout the day will be Sheen, Sponge, Harry, Hugo, Moses, Anders, myself, and Hawker, alongside Jay and Dwig. And the action currently ongoing is the Movistar Riders versus Vitality game, which map 1 went in favor of Movistar Riders, 16-13 on Vertigo. Now that, Movistar Riders looking to continue this form.
Good for them. Looks like they are peaking at a good time.
Love to see that. Movistar Riders had obviously a disappointing run at the last until Extreme Masters went out last in Dallas. Well, a last-minute replacement, I believe, there, unfortunately. But here we are, Astralis 6-3 up on the T side. They're going outside this time, Hawker.
Grim down secret again. He's been here a couple of times. Haven't seen him fully tested when he's been in this position.
Attempted flash. Ooh. Doesn't see anybody.
Yeah.
But Astralis are there. That's smart.
They may have heard him.
That's really smart from Astralis, actually, because they got in the smokes, they dodged the flash, and they dodged the information being gathered.
Oh, well, Grim knows now. Puts down an incendiary to make sure that B can't be breached too easily. Junior's got them trapped from the other side, which is kind of interesting. Means that Astralis probably do want to focus down, but Fang here to help. They might just peek together.
Well, Config, good for one. Fang does peek and still alive inside of the vent. He would love another one before going down here, but won't be afforded that luxury. Glaive will remove his head. Floppy quickly scampering his way down the ramp to try and bolster the B defense. In the meantime, that has left a gap on the A site where the Astralis will pounce and straight up the vent. They will go to join the rest of the team. Plant will come through for Zipex, and they will lock the bomb plant in, and likely the round with that. Junior, once again, it's frustrating, but Floppy and Junior have to save their weapons. Astralis just outclassing Complexity at the moment. They're just finding their way all across the map, just manipulating Complexity on the rotations, just finding that one gap, and they're so decisive to move through it.
Yeah, and it came down to a kind of mind game almost between Glaive and Fang in the vents there. Glaive got out to the other side, so could have gone and flanked. Fang eventually goes back to clear it, but Glaive was a little more decisive, a little more ahead. Fang didn't expect him to be so far forwards. And that leaves the A site really vulnerable, and they're even losing players towards the end. Only Junior able to save that AWP, which he's been having to do a lot of, sadly. This was that moment. You can see Glaive sneaking up. Fang just wasn't ready for him to be so close. JT forced to feel like he needs to get some info or get a better position towards A because he was alone, he was vulnerable.
Yeah, and that was the moment that opens up the vent opportunity for Astralis to rejoin the rest of the squad. And yeah, I mean, right now it's looking like Astralis should have no issue just running wherever they want, but Junior has stopped blameF with a no-scope, and JT stopped Farley, so here we go. This is more like it from Complexity.
Now this round gets very interesting. AK for Grim. Junior can still have a lot of time in the round to work with that AWP, maybe reposition. And another kill. Glaive caught out over towards Squeaky. Good timing on the peak from Fang. Grim out in the open towards Yard. I don't think Config's expecting this position. Oh, maybe.
Config will be checked, will not check Grim. Grim has had a drought of kills throughout this one, but finally gets a little taste of victory again. It is short-lived as it puts him in the ground quickly after. But, you know, we talk about Zipmix's clutches, but yeah, this one probably ain't going into the book. So, Fine gets rid of Zip. A round picked up for Complexity, and yeah, it's a great round to find. Starts with a no-scope, JT's able to get himself a deagle headshot. From that point, Astralis are down to 3v5 and never really felt like they even had an opportunity to weasel their way out of it. That's the opening. That's great from Junior.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was wondering if it was like a vent dive or something like that. But no, it's just an aggressive play from Junior. Trying to make sure he beats the smoke, trying to stop that early play. And instant timeout taken by Astralis.
Yeah.
And Complexity giving them something to think about.
Yeah, I think it's just about, obviously that round didn't really have a whole lot going for it. So Astralis got a lot of cash, so every option is available to you at this point. And for Complexity, they're not really in that similar position, right? They have a lot of cash to buy here, but they don't have a lot left over. So this is the opportunity that they've picked up that will allow them back into this half if they can springboard off of it.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. I do still think that Astralis have those yard smokes they can fall back on at pretty much any time. They might do that here, but it's an aggressive play from Complexity.
Yeah, it seems like Complexity were aware of that possibility too, so they try and meet them head on. Unfortunately for Junior, he goes down to the Opera on the other side of things, but every other fight is going the way of Complexity. Flying with a double, Farlig and Config both down, and that's the bomb loose. If you want to get that back, Astralis, you got to go into Fang, and he is having fun and outside right now. This is just incredible. 3 kills for Fang. Outside is the graveyard of Astralis players, and blameF left in a 1v4. Fantastic work that from Fang.
Man, I love that Complexity have the confidence to make this call. Can feel risky when you run such a different setup. A setup that's so committed to yard. If you get that read wrong, you probably could be in trouble elsewhere. You wouldn't have much of a defense on towards A, but it was the right read. blameF has now given away his position. So even though he's able to get in behind for 1 frag, still many, many more players he would have to jostle with. 30 seconds. And I don't think blameF is really looking for this one.
No, he won't be. Seen Pimp earlier today tweeted something rather interesting regarding Config's performance at the event. Oh. It was within 44 rounds that Config had played at Cologne. He had 12 kills in 44 rounds and 29 deaths in 44 rounds. So very strange to see the level that Config was playing at kicking off this event. And I hope that we're seeing a turning point for him towards the end of that overpass map to maybe step it up here. But it is starting to fizzle out for Astralis at the moment.
Yeah, they have already got 7 T rounds, which they're probably going to be pretty happy with. And if they can get a few more, they'll put themselves in a very good position still for their CT side. So not the end of the world. They're losing a couple here, but they obviously would like to get back on track if possible. That shot landed onto Config.
Junior's starting to get into it. He's had a couple of nice shots. Looking to try and disallow that outside presence. Grim goes out for a peek too. They know the AWP should be positioned over here, and blameF takes Grim down through the smoke. Junior decides to reposition, and those smokes are going to cancel out any impact he can have. So he has decided he's not going to even take the shot. He's going to just reposition quickly. Now realizing Astralis are running down into lower. JT is the player tasked with dealing with it. It's 1 kill, but Glaive and Farlig answering back and getting a couple through here for Astralis. Junior with a quick, decisive rotation has got back in time to try and patch up a hole in the B site. Once again, though, Astralis looking to navigate their way up to the A site via the vent, and that's where Farley will go to lock in the bomb plant. So 3 versus 2, Astralis find themselves in a good post plant. Complexity, are they going to go for this one? Glaive wrapping heaven.
Oh, he's going to get there before Junior tries to fall back.
That's sad.
Well, at least Floppy now knows that he can't go that way.
Sorry, Junior. Sounds like I'm talking to a kid. Oh, Floppy. He's got Glaive at least. That's 1. He'll back away. AWP picked up, and Floppy will start to run away. Saving the AWP in towards CT spawn. And that'll Another round to Astralis' tally. It picked up. They've already won the half.
Already looking very solid for them. That was the opening from blameF. And again, Complexity are trying to rotate heavily down towards B. They're trying to stack a couple of players into vents early, but those positions aren't strong enough where you can really get multiple kills most times. And then you also can't fall back from those spots. So it's often just trades, and then the B site is very vulnerable, even with the further rotation from Complexity.
Is this the notes for Complexity and Astralis right now? So feedback, remeasure, set goals. I mean, maybe we should read on that whiteboard, I think.
Yeah.
But 8 rounds for Astralis already. For Complexity, MP9 for Grim, for Mass for Fine. Couple of weaknesses there, but Astralis, if you let them up to 9 rounds on the T side, they're going to be feeling damn good about this. So again, immediately fighting ramp, but Floppy has raced to meet him. Will barely come out on top of the fight, but will. And that's the difference as Junior pushes to hut. It's aggressive and it's successful for Complexity.
Yard play is the only thing that Astralis really have to try and work with now. The main smoke will take some information away from Complexity. Config will start to move down secret. Farlig is hoping he gets a peek. I don't think he will, though. It may be Config who gets the early opportunity. He's sitting in that smoke. Farlig waiting. But these main players stay stacked, and now he is going to take the fight. Good shot onto the first player. Config looked like he got caught off guard. Elsewhere, Floppy able to do even more work. And that leaves just Glaive left.
Noel Glaive heading his way down in towards the lower bomb site. It's just a formality for him to really play out the last moments of this round. He's got a bomb on his back. Slipping his way down into lower. Decon door is going to swing open, alerting his position to the remaining Complexity players and putting a target on his back. He'll cover off his bases. Gets the sound cue that there is one in the vent. He'll be aware of that at least, but really finding out where the rest of them are with 10 seconds left on the timer just isn't going to happen. So Fine gets rid of him. Round picked up for Complexity. 6 now on the tally, and not too bad if they can get another one here on the CT side. 8-7. Can't complain about that too much. And it looks good for them to have that opportunity, but this is the first fight of the round. Second fight was good as well from Junior.
Yeah, just getting off to that good start early. Put Astralis on the back foot, and now into the last round of the half. It's not a great buy for Astralis, and it might be a fast play with these weaker guns.
Yeah, it's fast, and will Complexity handle the pace of this? It is quick out from Zip. 1 kill straight away. Second on the follow-up. Junior and Fine getting at least a couple of kills. That's not a bad shot by Junior by any means. Quick and accurate. Bomb goes down. Astralis have forced it into the post plant. Will they be able to convert on this?
Grim's still down the vents. He might have to wait for a distraction before flying up. They're taking a lot of time setting up this retake. They do have nades that can help them, but got to get a move on.
Yeah, so much utility, but Astralis holding him at bay for now, and you're letting the time slip on by. It's do or die now for Complexity. You've got to go for the retake attempt. Here they go. Kills are in for Astralis. Just down to Floppy. The time too far gone. Not enough. And that is going to be a heartbreaking way to finish. You've got to feel Complexity had a good shot at that if they just went a little earlier. But Astralis will leave the first half with a 9-6 scoreline. They are beelining towards a 2-0 victory over Complexity and knocking out the North Americans.
Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night and never day. Even when I wash the floor, the dust still comes. Keep on hunting for the bread. No matter how lost, need no light, no spark. I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm, far from calm. I know you feel me, brother. Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night, it's never day. Even when I watch the floor, the dust will come. Keep on hunting for the prey. No matter how lost, need no light, no spark. I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm, far from calm. I know you feel me, brother.
Welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne. We're here on possibly the final half of Astralis versus Complexity. It is being a little resurgence for Complexity. Astralis with 9 rounds of the T side certainly are going to be feeling comfortable heading over to the defensive half where they do most of the heavy lifting, Hawker. They win the pistol. Astralis should be in a pole position. We've got to see Complexity try and turn the ship around, try and force this to Inferno. But they would then have a shot to try and end this losing streak and stay alive in Cologne. But it's going to be difficult to get through this Astralis defense. We'll see what Complexity have up their sleeve.
Getting into it, Glaive again with the dualies. We've seen him have them so many times, but this time it is Zepex who's forced out of position early. And they're going to follow up onto the position he's fallen back to. He's still looking to land these shots. Complexity still looking to close that gap. They just can't get him. He keeps getting away.
Yeah, just keeps running away. The one that got away, but Config certainly won't let Fine get away. JT, make sure the Glaive is down on the jaw, but Reddits aren't doing too much at all. Config gets into the vent and getting close and personal with a Glock. Never the best scenario to be in, so the kill goes JT's way. blameF makes sure that he gets the quick trade back. Complexity of Floppy coming around the flank. I thought that was about to be a powerful position, but blameF has other ideas and puts him in the ground. But Junior coming in from the same position. Once again, it is blameF that goes around and stops that from happening. blameF with 3 in the round, make it 4. He'll get back to the defuse. blameF brings down all the Complexity players that were causing him any issue. And that has got to break the back of Cole. That is going to feel so rough. You had double flank. You had 2 players on the flank, and blameF turns back for both.
We didn't get to see that CT performance we wanted from blameF on the first map, but he has showed up very early here on this one. Incredible shots, and Config even got that absurd kill
that
through
was
the
just
smoke.
wild. Just tapping with the USP. 10 rounds now for Astralis, double figures this meow into this, but Complexity get a bomb plant, which means their buy is good here. They got the scout, the rifles out around it. And there's a real shot here for Complexity to bite back.
How have they managed to get literally no nades?
Well, they wanted rifles, you know, rifles
Who
better than
needs
nades, you know?
Ah. Well, maybe the AKs.
Ah, yes, that's why you don't want nades, you see?
Of course.
That's an EU nade right there, blameF.
Well, hopefully his gun works a bit
Can't
better.
have an NA nade if you don't buy nades, Hawker.
Whoa, smart. Well, they got to land some headshots.
Oh, well,
And it's blameF who gets the first one.
that's not a headshot.
I think he dinked him, but I'm not sure.
You know, Wasn't a headshot. That's all that matters.
Not on the kill feed.
Not on the kill feed. The kill feed never lies.
Yeah, it's all about that headshot percentage, really.
Yeah, Harry.
You could shoot him in the foot like 4 times, and if you get a headshot by the end of it,
it's a headshot.
It counts.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Harry does.
Nah, Harry just hits headshots.
Yeah, he just hits headshots. Nothing but head. Well, blameF.
That's a headshot.
Yeah, that's a headshot. That one's not. Fang is out of there, but it doesn't really matter when blameF has got 3 kills already in the round. We're definitely seeing that blameF CT start getting it going. JT coming out the door. It's one onto Glaive, but now they're alerted to his position, and look who is coming. blameF was coming through main. Luckily, JT got away. He's going to go down and try and come out decon, but Zip is waiting for him on the lower side. JT knocked out 11 rounds for Astralis. Money gone for Complexity. They didn't get a bomb plant either in that previous round, so they can't really afford to invest in anything here. So Astralis going to be steamrolling away to another one. I love that, how that's the highlight we look at. I love it.
That's the time of day we're getting to.
Yeah.
Right on. You can light off some mistakes being made, especially considering blameF has had a brilliant start to the second half. Just the pistols in this one for Complexity. They are falling very far behind. Oh, we're seeing config and a picture of config. Flashing back and forth.
Oh, I like that we have a
me.
live cam. This is cool.
All right, Fang with an opener. Tech9 finds some success. Complexity were going to have a real tough time in this one. It's pretty hard on Nuke to find those sorts of openers. CTs normally just have better positions on the hold. But now Fang's stolen a rifle away.
Well, blameF is not going to have too many issues with that, but yeah, wow, indeed. Grim with a beautiful headshot. Just going to open up a chance to charge down into the lower bomb side. blameF getting back over it alongside Farley. Going to try and make this one happen together. Fine with one. Oh, floppy on the follow-up. It's all crumbling for Astralis. You know, when you keep 3 players up, potentially there is still a chance to recover, but when those 2 kills come in that quickly, that's the knockout right there. Great stuff from Complexity. That's not bad at all.
Just some incredible shots landing throughout this round. Did not expect to see those sorts of shots coming in this round.
Config was 11-4 early in the game, right?
Oh, wow.
Well, that's a way to get the kills back. He might just turn this in the entire round. He's got the kid on his back, and Config's coming out swinging, trying to find the last player, but time was ticking. He was forced to run out and not be so methodical, and Fang will pull it out. But my God, that was nearly the recovery for Config.
I just can't believe they were all fighting him.
Yeah, you realize who's on the other side of the server, right? Scary business, but lovely shot from Grim. That's the moment that really opens up the chance to win the round.
Great shots, but yeah, this is the transfer on the stairs. I guess they were assuming if we just stack onto these 2 separate headshot positions, as long as we land our shots, we should be able to trade. Clearly that did not happen for Complexity, but still fine, as they have put Astralis into this position where it's actually Astralis's money that isn't great now. That's a really big round for Complexity, because it could put them in a position where they control the economy. And if they can keep doing that, that's got to be their best path back into this game, forcing as many of these low buys as possible.
Well, the outside smoke's deployed. Looking to get some ground here, Complexity. Zipex, ooh, shot does land to the body of Grim. I need something magic to come out of the deagle. Complexity start to congregate in the lobby and focus their attentions in towards the A side. Now, we need to see something spectacular out of the hold of Glaive with the 5-7. He is the player within the site. He has got a little bit of help up from heaven with Farley, but it is inevitable that Complexity are about to attack in towards him, so Glaive goes into them, and the 5-7 is shredding them. A double from the in-game leader of Astralis, and now his team have a little bit of time to start to regather and get back into the A site, but Farley and Zip really need to do something there. And a couple of quick shots back from the side of Complexity is recovering this one nicely. Ooh, a little bit of a scare there, perhaps, with Glaive on the double in the hut. But Complexity able to recover it.
pretty impressive that Glaive does so much work. But unfortunately, the other Astralis players not able to do the same. Complexity, nice and calm, nice and patient under those circumstances, even after losing those players. They don't overextend towards the site. They wait for that rotate in through heaven. Just make sure that they have got the favorable fights they wanted. This time, blameF not able to have any of that CT impact we were hoping to see from him. And as we were alluding to earlier, Astralis' money put into a poor position. Maybe Complexity can now get on a roll.
Yeah, start to find a few more rounds, start to make this a bit more prolonged and potentially even get into the game. On this T side, 11-8 currently. Should be 9 by the end of this minute, 55 seconds. What do you made of the tournament so far, Hawk, in terms of the results we've seen?
It's mostly been as expected. I don't think there's been any crazy games. I mean, you have got the Outsiders beating Big. I guess that is an upset, but you know, Outsiders are always a team that seem to just be able to compete. I've been enjoying it. I don't think it's been too scary for any of these teams so far in this play-in stage.
I think Vitality is a little scary for them right now. Moisture Riders up 8-2 on map 2, and they took map 1 16-13. That could be a bit of a disaster if Vitality don't make it to the main event.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Seeing Zaiwu back in the Cathedral. I seen this tweet, I think it was Moses the other day. He said the last time we were in the Lanxess, Team Liquid won it.
Ooh, wow. I mean, hey, you can though. You never know.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I'm not going to go into that little fantasy, but that's just, it really puts it in perspective how long ago it was. We were last in the Lanxess Arena, and we're actually on LAN in Cologne, because last year was technically LAN, right? With Cologne, but it was more of a hotel LAN, right? So it'd be good to get back to it all. Here we are, important round coming up. Astralis, Farley pushing towards outside. It's aggressive, it's confident.
Very committed position, and there are players up on silo right now. So there's a chance they could lock him in once he goes for this first fight.
It's so committed with the AWP. It's so wild to see him in this position. And that might just be the reason it works. JT comes around, Farley gets away with it, and back in the man he goes. Oh, that's incredible. He's actually gone back towards the garage. blameF's alongside of him. That's frustrating for Complexity.
Looks like Grim is actually using those smokes to his advantage right now. They're going to sit in those smokes and try and split this A site. That might be unexpected with how the smoke wall was put into play. And you can see there is an opening.
Yeah, Glaive peeks out with an aid in hand, lucky to be alive. But it's information gathered that the play has come through main. He needs help from heaven, and blameF will assist in that. Config goes down to Grim. Zip goes down in the lobby. The spin from Grim has delivered a couple of important kills here for Complexity. And Astralis is not as smooth sailing as they would have hoped for, but a kill from the AWP is rung out, and that's the bomb loose. Farley has gone down, but Glaive making sure that the kill comes through. And blameF closes the 12th round for Astralis. 4 rounds, away from taking this one and sending Complexity away. And there's a lot of money here for Complexity, so he'll be able to buy again.
That was a nice move from Farlig, able to get back. And then Grim cranking 180s, I believe is what the kids say. I don't play Fortnite, so I wouldn't know.
Is that what they say, Hawker?
I think so. I think it's when they're building, because they have to like spin around.
They removed building though from Fortnite.
They did.
Sad.
Oh, down goes Fang, down the vents early. Very strong position to get himself. And I would expect Complexity to just go for the yard smokes now. Join Fang down on lower. Was a nice switch-up attempt there in that one from Complexity, using the yard smokes and then just moving out onto A. You saw it could have caught Astralis off guard. But there are the standard issue smokes. Incendiary will slow them. They could get spammed. Oh no. Floppy goes down and JT's taken big damage. And there's also 2 CTs on B for Astralis.
Window shattered open, Config to play in the cubby. Zip up in the rafters alongside of him. It has been a bit of a quieter CT performance than we've seen on map 1 from Zip, but glaive is nipped at the heels, come around the back of Junior, and it's all just crumbling. It's all coming to a halt. Complexity gets sandwiched and crushed, and really everything is gone from the round apart from Fang, and he now joins them in that pile. 13 rounds for Astralis. Money is gone now for the majority of players over on Complexity. Floppy has a bit of extra cash, but Astralis starting to feel very good about this series. I like this replay we have where you don't see through the smoke.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Or you can see this through the smoke, rather.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't see through the smoke, Hawker. It's getting late here, you know.
It is. Yeah, I like that rotate from Astralis down B. You're seeing them play it completely differently to Complexity. Complexity would rotate down vents and fight aggressively, whereas Astralis rotate down to B and play it from the site. It's a lot easier to play that way. Here are the pistols trying to burst out onto A. They're already getting shut down.
Yeah, it's quick.
Oh,
and it's suddenly found a way into the round as they now quickly divert their attentions back in towards B, but via the ramp instead. They're going to throw some utility out towards Hell, making no secret about where they want to go. Junior coming down through the vent to join them, and Farlick has cut off JT from the rest of the pack. He has no other option but to sit back and watch the two remaining players try and complete this round. blameF stops Junior from getting forward in towards the B site, putting it all on Grim. 20 HP, AK in hand, bomb on his back. And a dream, perhaps, for Grim. But that dream might just turn into a nightmare shortly. Drops down into the site, commits to the plant on the other side of the cylinder. blameF swings open the double door. Grim would like to fight him, but winning a fight versus blameF ain't the easiest thing in the world. And blameF will come out on top of that, putting a 14th round on the board for Astralis. Complexity at least get the extra cash from the bomb plant. And we're really finding small victories here to celebrate.
They say, Dinko, moral victories are for minor league coaches.
Yes. Wins are for teams that aren't called Complexity.
I don't think that's part of the quote.
Oh, really? Sorry, my bad.
But maybe it should be. 14-9 down. Gotta come through with something here, and they've only got 3 smokes, a flash, and a nade. The utility not looking good for Complexity. I wouldn't mind event drop early to just try and cause some disruption when you have this little utility, but they decide not to go for that approach. Instead, sitting in towards lobby right now.
Well, this is really the last legs for Complexity. They lose this round. It is Astralis pushing forward to 15 and likely victory in the series.
I don't really know what you can even call here
with
this
hard.
utility. Like, you can't really call for a fast A. Just one flash.
Yeah, I'm sure
Not
JT he's just scratching his head right now. He's opening his options book, and there's only really one option, perhaps.
Definitely not many. Maybe they're waiting for aggression, but I don't know if that aggression's coming. Astralis seem pretty content.
Well, 55 seconds left. Good bit of time already burnt on the clock for Complexity.
They're just chilling.
Yeah, or just chilling for the time being, but only so much chilling you can do before you just fail. So we'll see how they decide to finish this one. 35 seconds. Not a lot done at all. Eventually it has to be an explosive play into the A site and hoping JT can get into main. That really is the only option left now for Complexity. And Config is in a good spot to try and deal with it first. Grim's head no longer attached. Config gets the double. Sprays down, gets 3. Floppy and Fang a couple of kills here for Complexity, but that is all they will be able to take. It is another moral victory, perhaps for a minor league coach, but it is down to Floppy to try and recover it. 5 seconds left on the timer. Not enough time to put the bomb down, and they realize that. Astralis just playing with him right now. Running the clock down, 15 locked in. Series point for Astralis. Elimination for Complexity looming. And you can see that they just don't have a lot to work with.
Incredible transfer from Config. Always love seeing the AK in his hands, especially here on CT side. Good headshot height, and then just so quick with that transfer on towards JT. I thought it was going to be blameF flanking through Yard, who maybe was the player to deal with that main side. Ended up not being the case. Damn, did someone write "do not erase" on the whiteboard and then someone erased a little bit of it? What the hell,
Absolute
man?
rebel right there.
What the hell?
Well, it doesn't seem like there's a lot going on in that nuclear power plant, so, you know.
You know what we saw earlier, Dinko? I haven't seen this skin for a long, long time.
All right.
I saw the M4A4 Griffin,
All right,
which is special to me because when I first started playing CS, I used to play with that skin. So it was just giving me flashbacks to when I was even worse than I am now.
Yeah.
Do you have any skins like that? Did it give you that nostalgia? What were your like first skins you play with?
Safari Mesh, AK, Safari Mesh.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you know,
P250
I was poor, so, you know, wasn't really a skin guy. But I think the Tech 9 Isaac, the little red and black Tech 9,
I remember
that was a good one.
I had that too.
M4 A1S Nitro. It was like a good, cheap skin.
Yeah, yeah. That's kind of what the Griffin was.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Griffin was pretty cheap.
Blue laminate AK. Red laminate AK.
I'm still rocking an AWP Safari Mesh. Or is it? I think it's a Safari Mesh that's just really beaten up.
Yeah, I don't really pay
Beauty.
much attention to your
Absolute
skins.
beauty. What the hell, man?
But you know what? Most nostalgic skin will always be the Asimov.
It's classic.
AWP Asimov. But Astralis looking to try and get a victory over Complexity. They are very close to doing so. We've got all of the issues hopefully resolved. As soon as I said that, have I just ruined everything?
You lied to me.
It's a false start, Hawker. Back to your skins anyway. More cool stories with Hawker. Go on.
So I got some other skins.
Yeah. All right. We got an AUG. You know, you used to actually play. So before the Krieg and the AUG became popular, Hawker actually used the AUG and SG all the time. So you know, that's your like claim to fame that you were ahead of the curve, right? But really, it was just, you know, you needed a scope.
It's actually incredible how bad I was, considering
They were
I had
so
the
overpowered.
busted SG for years. And
Dude,
no one
imagine
else
if you
was
had
playing
like
with
a semblance of skill. Everyone would.
I know.
Yeah, we would have seen. It would have seen the way, but
yeah, I could have showed the world.
you would rise to the top. Anyway, 15-9, Astralis. Obviously, there seems to be some sort of tech issue. We've had a couple of restarts. Of course, it happens in this round as well.
That scared me.
Really?
Yeah, he suddenly turned his head around.
You okay, buddy?
He respawned.
You okay?
I don't know, man.
Bit jittery.
Wow, Complexity looking to survive. They are facing elimination. It is series point for Astralis. AK out for Floppy. I guess the upside is, at least this time there's some utility for Complexity. So JT's Stratbook has slightly more options. But really, Astralis have been dominant on this CT side. Farlig holding yard early with that AWP. Complexity again, happy with a slow start.
Yeah. Server time is important. Smokes heading their way towards outside, creating a deeper variation to the wall of smokes, allowing a cross into main if desired. The reaction to this is to find a gap on the top left side of it as blameF boosts upon his teammate's head and takes down JT. Astralis have the answers to everything Complexity are throwing at them, and that has been the way for the whole series. Complexity had glimpses, moments of competition, but that might just be coming to a close. Glaive holds from main, peeks around the back, they line up. Glaive brings down two, Fang and Floppy both out of there. And it's Junior that goes down. Astralis will take out Complexity. They will stay afloat. They'll move forward here in Cologne and have a chance to move through from the play-in to the main event. But for Complexity, their loss streak extends to 10. And it's time to see if they can get a win down the line, but not to be here in Cologne.